The Arab states have tried to form unions of several non-political organizations. Sport has been one of the main activities used to unify Arabs. Several tournaments and games were created to let Arab participate in sports, in an effort to bring the members of the Arab world closer to each other. Pan-Arab Games. The Pan-Arab Games were created in 1953 with a grand opening in Alexandria, which hosted the first games. The games were supposed to take place every 4 years, like the Olympic Games. Several political problems have made this difficult. The games included most of the same events as the Olympics. Egypt, with 985 medals over the years, is the leader in medal wins, followed by Syria with 692 medals, then Algeria with 624 medals. Mauritania and Comoros are the only two Arab states that never won a medal in the Games. Arab Champions League. This football league's, originally the Arab Cup Winners' Cup, merged into the Arab Champions League. Arab Olympic achievements. In nearly 100 years of Olympic competition, the combined tally of medals won by all Arab countries is 73. At 22 countries, the Arab nations constitute almost 11% of the total number of participating nations. However, the average number of medals won, 3.48 medals every 4 years, has been uninspiring. In the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens, for example, Arab countries won only 10 of the 929 medals available, a little over 1%. Egypt. Though the modern version of the Olympic Games began in 1896, it was not until 1912 that Arabs appeared on the international sporting scene. Egypt became the first Arab country to send an Olympic delegation, fencer Ahmed Hosseini, to the 1912 Summer Olympics in Stockholm. 16 years later, Egypt won its first 2 gold medals, in weightlifting and wrestling, and a silver and bronze in diving at the 1928 Summer Olympics in Amsterdam. In the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing, Egypt sent the largest Arab delegation of more than 100 athletes competing in handball, field hockey, badminton, synchronized swimming, judo, boxing, taekwondo, athletics, fencing and the pentathlon. Morocco. The 1984 Summer Olympics marked a watershed moment for Arab athletics when Morocco's Nawal El Moutawakel became the first Arab woman to win a gold medal, participating in the 400 meters hurdles. Fellow countryman Sedao Outa also brought home the gold in the 5,000 meters men's marathon. Moroccan talent continued to emerge as athletic sensation Hisham El Garoud returned from the 2004 Athens Olympics with 2 gold medals in the 1,500 meters and 5,000 meters races. Morocco is second to Egypt with 19 Olympic medals. Hosted tournaments: 1957 African Cup of Nations, Sudan; 1959 African Cup of Nations, Egypt; 1965 African Cup of Nations, Tunisia; 1970 African Cup of Nations, Sudan; 1974 African Cup of Nations, Egypt; 1978 All-Africa Games, Algiers; 1980 AFC Asian Cup, Kuwait; 1982 African Cup of Nations, Libya; 1986 African Cup of Nations, Egypt; 1988 African Cup of Nations, Morocco; 1988 AFC Asian Cup, Qatar; 1990 African Cup of Nations, Algeria; 1991 All-Africa Games, Egypt; 1994 African Cup of Nations, Tunisia; 1996 AFC Asian Cup, UAE; 2000 AFC Asian Cup, Lebanon; 2004 African Cup of Nations, Tunisia; 2006 African Cup of Nations, Egypt; 2006 Asian Games, Doha; 2007 All-Africa Games, Algiers; 2010 Asian Beach Games; 2011 AFC Asian Cup. Future hosting events: 2017 Africa Cup of Nations, FIFA World Cup 2022, failed and withdrawn bids. Asian Indoor Games 2011, Summer Olympics 2016.